You know, Kurt Russell could make literally anything watchable at this point. The man is a charisma tsunami. I can't think of anyone who's more charismatic. I challenge you not to be drawn in by him in any movie he's starring in. Him and Goldie Hawn have got to be like the most charismatic movie couple ever.
Sometimes I think you actually enjoy these little dangerous escapades.
Welcome to Gut Reactions, and if you are looking for a quick spoiler-free review, then you have come to the right place. And today we are reviewing the Christmas Chronicles 2. It was written by Matt Lieberman, who wrote the first Christmas Chronicles, the most recent animated Addams Family, Scoob, and also the Ryan Reynolds movie Free Guy, which I'm pretty sure isn't out yet. Well, not at the moment that I filmed this anyway. I mean, if you're watching this a few years from now, it's probably been out loads and you know all about it. But I haven't seen that, so I don't really know whether that's going to be any good or not. The trailers look fun, but the rest of his work, okay. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt, maybe. The first Christmas Chronicles was kind of fun. It was also co-written and directed by Chris Columbus, who needs no introduction. He directed Home Alone, Mrs. Doubtfire, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Percy Jackson movies, and also most recently Pixels. So it's a dice roll as to which Chris Columbus we get, like the good fun one that's a bit cartoony, or the just inanely awful film. Adam Sandler can do that to anyone, though. That man is like just cursed. Like, it doesn't matter who he works with, it's just going to be a terrible film, isn't it?
All right, let's go. Oh! You like that, old man? You want a piece of me?
Kate, the girl from the first film, who is now a teenager, is unhappy that her mum has a new boyfriend. Wasn't she like fine with everything, like by the end of the first film? Didn't she get it a lot more than her brother did? I thought she was like the okay one. I don't really remember from the first one, but I seem to remember thinking that the boy was the screw up and that the girl was okay. But I guess she's going through that bratty teenage phase, and so therefore she's having a tantrum that her mother has a new boyfriend. And so she wishes for Santa to help her, or she threatens that she'll run away, which, you know, that makes her likable as our main character. Anyway, soon she is reunited with Santa Claus, and she has to help him defeat a new threat to Christmas. Yeah. Christmas is under attack this time. See? It's not just a rubbish fake news headline. Yeah. Oh, and there's like a new kid as well who's like the boyfriend's son. He gets tagged along with her, rather than the older brother, who was actually pretty good in the first film. So, I mean, they made their choices and they went with it. Yeah, that worked.
That is the Christmas star.
Created by the Forest Elves in 312 AD.
The star protects us and keeps us hidden.
And I'm here to steal it.
It stars Kurt Russell, who was in The Thing, Big Trouble in Little China, and Tombstone. I mean, he's in loads of other stuff, but those are like 3 of my favourite films. I really like Kurt Russell. That man is a legend. Oh, he's in Death Proof as well. You know, a lot of people say that's Tarantino's worst film, but I quite like that as well. It also stars Goldie Hawn, who was in Private Benjamin, Bird on a Wire, and Death Becomes Her, which is a great movie. I love all 3 of those movies. Goldie Hawn's great. It also stars Julian Dennison, who you will recognise from Deadpool 2. I like that film. It's great. Him not so much, but the film's great. And Darby Camp, who was the girl from the first film, who's also done loads of TV. And Jazir Bruno, who was in the recent Witches remake, the one that had Chris Rock narrating. Yeah, I didn't like that film. I didn't think that was great. I didn't even do a review for for my channel. But yeah, that went well.
Are you Mrs. Claus?
Uh-huh.
What is that thing?
It's an elf.
You're in Santa's village, the real one.
Are they any good? Well, I feel a bit mean because it's a Christmas film and it's, you know, it's supposed to be sort of like uplifting and light and jolly and fun. And I just think the kids are awful. It's not really their fault though. It's kind of the script. Ultimately, Darby Camp was fine when she was like the little girl who truly believed in Santa Claus, and she worked really well as a contrast with her brother who was really cynical. So that was great. But now she's kind of holding the film, especially like the first sort of 15-20 minutes. She's just not very good. She's just a bit wooden and a bit less than fine. You know, Bruno is better. He's good. At least his delivery is convincing. The problem with him is not his performance. Actually, he seems like a kid that's quite good at acting, but his character is really badly written. So there's that. The whole film lights up when Kurt Russell is on screen as Santa Claus, and also to a lesser extent when Goldie Hawn is on screen as Mrs. Claus. They play Mr. and Mrs. Claus exactly as I would want them to be played. They're wise, but with a little bit of mischievous fun kind of mixed in. I mean, the first film taught us that everything Santa Claus did was planned to help the kids. So you kind of always have that feeling through this. And they play it with a little wink as though they know everything that's going on and why it's going on. And that really it's their plan. That aspect of this film isn't as well developed as it is in the first one. But there's still that feeling the whole way through.
You're on hallowed ground here. You're about to witness something that no one else on Earth has ever seen before.
And that really is this film's problem, is the first film. The premise that it sets up. The premise that everything was Santa Claus's plan to try and help the kids develop as people and to move on in their lives, to help them deal with the problems that they had. The first film is light and forgettable, but it's not as light and forgettable as this film is. This film is truly the cotton candy of movie. It feels like a cheap panto in places. The bad guy is bad because we say he's bad. Yeah, okay, he does some stuff. He steals some things. He causes someone to get hurt. But he does also stop and immediately apologise that person got hurt. Now, whether he means that or not, the way it's portrayed and the way the actor presents it is so bland and unclear, you don't know whether he's being sarcastic about apologising or genuine. If he's being genuine, which it feels like he is, then he's not really that bad, is he? If he knows that what's wrong. Now, they might have just been trying to set up the ending there, but it just makes everything feel a little cheap. Bruno's character, Jack, says he has anxiety. And so we've got this setup that he then has to overcome his anxiety. But he never acts like he has anxiety. He's the bravest kid with anxiety that I've ever seen. You know, he's never... He says that he's scared about things, but he never looks it. He never acts it. He never worries about things, really. You know, he has the line of dialogue each time to remind you that this is the kid who has anxiety. Okay, great. But he doesn't show us it. This whole film suffers from show, don't tell. Because they tell, but they don't show. You know, Darby's character, Kate, her spoiled teenager routine who's upset with her mum for having a new boyfriend who seems totally lovely. He's paid for them to go on a holiday. He's taking good care of their mum. You know, she seems very happy. Everyone seems happy. It's just her being a spoilt brat, which kind of makes us not really like her in the first place. And it also makes us question everything that she she thinks and she feels at the beginning of the movie. Therefore, at the end of it, when her arc is complete, it doesn't mean anything because it was garbage at the beginning. So now we get to the end. So what? There are 3 people that have very clear arcs in this movie, and all 3 of them, it feels kind of pointless at the beginning. So when it comes to fruition at the end, it feels like it's kind of nothing. But is this the point of the movie? Is it supposed to be this great filmic experience? No, I don't think so. I think it's supposed to be a light-hearted kind of... It doesn't look cheap, but it feels like it's sort of quickly rushed thing to try and capitalize on it a little bit more. The first one was probably quite successful, although it's Netflix, so you never really know how successful it actually was. But people seem to like it, kinda. So it feels like they rushed this one out to kind of capitalize on the popularity of the first one. And I'm pretty sure we'll probably get a 3rd one next year, but I think this series will die a fairly quick death, especially if they don't cast better and also hire a better writer.
What's happening?
I'm gonna make everybody forget that the North Pole and Santa Claus ever existed.
Would I recommend it? Well, yes and no. No, because like I said, it kind of feels shallow. It is very shallow. It's a very shallow movie. But does every movie have to be this deep meditation on life? No. Is it fun whenever Kurt Russell is being Santa Claus? Yes. Is the musical number fun? Yes, kind of. It's not as good as the first one, but then it's not a shock like it was in the first one. It sort of came out of nowhere in the first film. Now they're doing it because they feel like they should do, because it's part of their film's formula. And so, you know, if you're the kind of person that would go and watch a panto, then you might quite like this. You know, it's a chance to just sit back and watch with the rest of the family. You know, my kids laughed a couple of times in a couple of places, and they you know, thought that the bad guy was bad, and they kind of liked Santa Claus being Santa Claus. It was kind of fun to watch. You know, I could think of worse ways to spend a couple of hours. But will I choose to watch it again? No. No, but I might watch the first one again, possibly. If I was bored and it was Christmas Day, everyone else had passed out because of eating too much turkey, then I might do. But the second one, no, not really. So that's my recommendation. If you want something cheap, if you want the cotton candy of Christmas films, this is it. If you're looking for something a bit more substantial, give it a miss.
Without the star, the North Pole, the village, Christmas is doomed!
So, thank you for watching my review of the Christmas Chronicles 2. It's available on Netflix right now. Check it out if you want to, or don't if you don't. Either way, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and join me next time on Popcorn Dreams.